ourselves at Lincoln Financial Field in South Philly. Today, rivals square off in the NFC East, and we've got a great matchup between the Washington Commanders and the Philadelphia Eagles. Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis on hand, and CD, you look at Washington coming into play here. You figure they've got to be looking forward to this one. They've got a clear advantage on the offensive side of the ball.
Yeah, they totally understand it, not just by running the numbers, but those numbers do play into it because you've got one of the better passing offenses in the league, a top 10 unit, going up against one of the poor defenses in the league. So I think we're going to see these guys take some shots downfield. But right from the start, I expect them to attack and get right after it.
Set to go, Younghoe Koo ready to do the honors. And off we go from Lincoln Financial Field. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. Philly's offense getting ready, and Jalen Hurts ready to lead them. The second-round pick who started his career at Alabama, then finished with an electric senior season at Oklahoma.
His game last week reminded me of the old song, Accentuate the Positive. That's about all he did, right?
Yeah.
3 touchdown passes, over 300 yards in the air. Receivers happy.
And they got the win.
Got the win. If you're a running back that likes to catch passes, they're happy as well. Big-time game.
Hey, what we got? Bronco switch. Bronco switch.
On first down, they'll start out with Akers to the 22-yard line. These are his numbers from last week's contest. 17 carries, 71 yards.
And those numbers have both he and his blockers motivated this week. They saw that yardage total climbing, but stopped short of 100. Every one of them has to be driven this week to help him reach the century mark.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Throwing is Hurts. And the Washington pressure gets to him, and he will go down. Jonathan Allen make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
Well, competition comes up in so many different ways. And right now, this unit, their competition is who's going to get to the quarterback the most times. Had about 5 sacks last week, and we just saw their first one of this game.
And this opening drive not going to plan. This is now 3rd and 13. Hurts. Oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted. Thrown back across his body. Picked up by Jamin Davis. And the Commanders are going to take possession of the football.
And part of why they came to this week with a winning record is that they feed off of mistakes like this. And now it's a prime opportunity, just moments in the game, to get a short field touchdown off of their big defensive play. Now, on the other side, they were already the underdog in this one. They just made their uphill battle just a little bit tougher.
So here's Washington now in excellent field position to start things out. And they will be led out by their 6'3" quarterback.
I like this guy, and the reason I do, he tends to stay on an even keel. Doesn't let too much ruffle him. He will manage the game the way it needs to be managed, take what the defense gives him, and then he can strike at times. Had a touchdown pass. Yes, he had an interception last week, but he found a way for his team to win.
I'm not right. I'm not right.
On first down, Clifford, and he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Back to throw. McClendon. That one is slant to McLaurin. And he's going to be taken down right at the 10-yard line.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
On first down, McClendon. Looking for McLaurin, and he's got him. Touchdown, Washington. A great play there. Touchdown number 18 on the year. And the Commanders take the early turnover and convert it into an opening touchdown. They went empty backfield, all their weapons out wide, so there really was no secret here to what they were going to do.
No secret, but they still had to execute it, and they still had to protect the guy throwing the ball, because oftentimes when you empty the backfield, people bring pressure at you. They managed to hold in there and successfully complete the touchdown pass.
Koo able to connect on the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. Scoring summary, 3-play drive, and it's finished off by a Terry McLaurin touchdown. Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. Taken at the goal line. And this return will net positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. So back onto the field, here come the Eagles for their second drive. And the interception on that opening drive winds up leading to the touchdown, so now it's kind of time to start over.
Yeah, it certainly is, and his first throw of the game. But I like the way his guys rallied around him. Oftentimes, the quarterback is the leader, right? He tells everyone what to do. In this case, I noticed his linemen around him kind of patting him, saying, let's go, big boy. You're still our leader.
That's good. The completion there for 7 yards, and it'll be second down. Here's Hurts to throw. Oh, the Commanders are going to get there as he's taken down. Multiple defenders getting home there for a loss of 11.
Well, the pass rush has been a real strength of late. They know how to get after the quarterback.
Absolutely. 4 sacks last week. That's their first one here. Anything in particular you've seen from them or on film?
I think that they're winning athletically up front, winning those one-on-one battles, but also when the offensive line wants to keep everyone in and mass protect, they know how to scheme their way back to the quarterback as well.
So after that sack, Hurts and the Eagles, tough spot here, 3rd and long. Running one fly deep for Cooper, and that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. Blake Gillikin on to punt now on 4th down. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. Taken in at the 11. A terrific return. 30 yards all in all. And the Commanders will take over with a 1st and 10. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. They have to be thrilled with that first drive. They got him the touchdown. Now they'll be looking to make it a 2-score advantage here on the road.
And you know they spent all week in practice, in meetings, talking about taking an early advantage. Being the road team, going up a score, that takes the crowd out of the game and puts some doubt in the minds of their opponents.
Off the play fake. McClendon towards the end zone for Brown. He's got it. Touchdown, Commanders. Hollywood, Marquise Brown, 51 yards. And the Commanders are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Another impressive drive, so they're 2 for 2, 2 touchdowns. Charles, a great start to this ball game for them.
And one of the words that's really worked its way into our lexicon is stacking. They've stacked momentum each time out, and not only on offense. Between those touchdowns, defense held, forced a punt to get the ball back, and they played awfully well in this one. Both sides playing at optimum level.
Koo now for the point after. And it's good, and they have jumped out here to a quick 14-0 first quarter lead. The long touchdown pass gets them 6 on a very, very tidy 2-play drive that time. Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. This fielded right at the goal line. And he'll wind up getting a couple extra yards here for his trouble and bringing it out of the end zone as he's down at the 27. Now Philadelphia ready to get going on offense again. So, Charles, the season winding down, the playoffs obviously not in their future. As they look ahead to the offseason, what spots do they maybe need to fill?
Well, I think that they like the guy who's calling the plays and throwing the ball. I think that he's a pretty good player. Needs some help, I think, on the perimeter, though. Help him out with receivers, because I think if he gets an upgrade there, his play gets that much better, too.
That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's second down. I tell you what, CD, this Washington defense, very strong in the victory last week.
Yeah, they gave up 17 points, but that's what you would consider a goal for each and every defense, because if you give up 17 points a game all year long, you're thinking you're going to be a playoff team because you expect your offense to score more than that. That's what you're looking for. Room to improve, of course, but I'd have to say a very solid performance.
They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. Hurts sets up to throw it. And incomplete. They tried to drop it off, but he couldn't hold on.
Well, based on what we've seen so far, I don't think you can even call this an off day anymore, partner, because this group we're watching, they are totally out of rhythm, trying to get their game plan up and running. That 0 on the scoreboard is glaring down at them with every incompletion.
And he'll go ahead and field this at the 5. A pretty good punt there, but also a nice return of 12 yards. And it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10. Another drive coming up for this Washington offense. It has been about as perfect of a start to this game as these guys could have asked for, Charles. They've scored on their first 2 drives. They still haven't given anything up on the other side of the ball, so they can already make this a 3-score game here if they can come away with points on this drive.
Yeah, they're almost pushing them to the break, aren't they, partner? Almost to the point now where it's a loss of words for me, which I know would excite all of our viewers, but you're just not supposed to see that type of dominance so quickly in a game like this. Everything they've done has been working so far. Offense, defense, you name it, it's going well for them.
And he'll be corralled right around the 34. He had the touchdown earlier. This one's going to get him a 1st down.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
They'll run on 1st down. Clifford, and not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively, because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Last play, they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. Now a handoff up the middle. Clifford, and he's going to get stopped up quickly. Give him a yard down to the 43. The numbers for him from a week ago, 17 carries, 53 yards.
Just an all-right day from him last week. He really didn't break out for the huge yardage he had hoped going in. I talked to him before the game, though, and he knows this is a new, fresh opportunity. He's put last week behind him, and his focus, getting some
touchdown, Washington. Terry McLaurin with career touchdown number 145, tying it with Marcus Allen for 6th on the all-time list. And the Commanders have moved out in front by 3 touchdowns. Now Younghoe Koo for the extra point. And oh, it's wide right. No good. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15. Here's the Philadelphia offensive unit now as they head out to take over possession. Still in the first half, but this offense has struggled. Haven't really been able to get anything going, not only in the points category, but in the yards category. Let's see if they can do better here on this drive. The tackle by Cole Holcomb. Well, these two teams faced off earlier in the year, right around mid-season, back in Week 9. And it was the Commanders who picked up the road victory, so they'll be fighting for the season sweep in this one. On 2nd and 9, Hurts. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down. After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. From the gun, it's Hurts. Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jamin Davis. And the Commanders are going to take possession of the football. And they'll take possession already in the red zone and in a great spot to add points to the scoreboard.
And, Brandon, how many times have we seen a defense with a lot of field behind them get even more aggressive, right? They feel like they've got them not pinned down, but in a favorable spot for them. And they took advantage of it there, got a nice interception, and set up their offense in great shape.
On 1st down, Clifford. And he goes backwards here, losing yardage back to the 16. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
They'll run for the first time here with Brian Robinson. It'll be a gain of 5, and it's going to bring up a 3rd and about 7 left.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
An entertaining start to this one. More to come on EA Sports. Washington with a football here to begin quarter number 2. In danger of squandering their great field position as they come up on a 3rd and 7. Operating from the gun. McClendon. That's complete. Right around the 8. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. They picked up 5 yards last time. Now they double it and get 10 here. This offense continues to be a hot knife through butter. 3 drives, 3 scores, and knocking on the door again on drive number 4. Robinson, no signal, and now they say he did not get in. He is stonewalled at the 1. Another shot from the 1 on 2nd and goal. Up the middle they go. Clifford, and he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Washington. A great effort there. His 5th rushing touchdown now on the year. And the Commanders continue to pull away here in this first half. They'll look to throw. And he's got it. So the try for 2 successful. And that bumps their lead up even further. So a sensational return there on special teams, a foot race that he was not going to lose. Now, meanwhile, while that was going on, we've got an injured player on the field. Well, always unfortunate to see an injury, especially this close to the end of the regular season. We'll step aside. The Eagles offense making their way back out as we take a look at the playoff picture in the NFC. And with the final fortnight of games upon us, teams jockeying for position. Some of these games really starting to take enormous importance as they always do this time of year.
I like how you use fortnight.
Hey, you're impressed, aren't you?
I am impressed. That means 2 weeks, if I'm not mistaken, correct?
That does.
But how about exactly what you're talking about? Going down the stretch, how much importance is placed on these games. Look, everyone talks about every game's important. When you get to this time of year, maybe that importance gets quadruple, and that's where we are right now to see who can make their last run, their last push to get into the playoffs.
Here's a run with Akers on 2nd down. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, and now they go from 2nd and 2 to a tough 3rd and 4.
Defensively, he has been a presence in their backfield in the first half. Had a sack earlier, and now he comes up with a big tackle for a loss.
Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts. And there is Amari Cooper, his first catch. And he is going to have an Eagles first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Now that's the kind of big play you'd like to see. This first half, it hasn't gone their way, and they could use a shot in the arm, something to perk them up a bit. And they get one here in the passing game.
And he cannot avoid the pressure as the Washington pass rush gets home. It'll be a loss of 10, and it'll bring up 2nd. These sacks now, they're starting to pile up, Charles, and that front 7 defensively, they've had their way with this offensive line.
And I think at this stage, we have to start thinking about different play calls. We've got to start helping this quarterback out because the entire game he's been under siege. I don't care what the down and distance, they've got to get the ball out of his hands a lot quicker.
Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Another try after the first down sack. Hurts, flush to his right. And he'll take this beyond the line of scrimmage as he slides to a hole. He'll wind up getting 4 there on his own, but it will leave him now with a 3rd down situation. Back to throw. Looking deep in the direction of Cooper. And he's got it inside the 10. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Well, he's been doing this for a lot of years with the arm strength still there, and he showed it off on that one.
And to be honest, this first half hasn't been anything they'd be really proud about. So they needed something like this to change their fortunes. Now they need to make sure they finish this one off, not just with points, but with a touchdown.
Yeah, and you see the final number there on how far that ball traveled. Pretty impressive. Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's 1st and goal just outside the 5. They'll run here with Akers. And he gets halfway there from the 6 to the 3 on a gain of 3.
That's good power football on 1st and goal. A lot of teams will throw from there, but that's a nice job to chew up a few more yards and get yourself closer to the goal line.
Akers again. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown. Cam Akers, a 3-yard touchdown run. And the Eagles get a bit closer.
I'm not sure that they have illusions right now of, okay, we're going to score 8 times in a row. We're going to be terrific. But to get one, that was huge for them. That has to feel much better right now.
And you do have, we're still in the first half. You do have the entire second half. It's something about that goose egg that just looked bad on that board, but now they've broken it.
Yeah, broken through. Can they maintain the pace? We'll see as we go along.
The Eagle kick team out there now as they run up and send this one away. Taken in at the 3. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. Well, everything right now that they touch on this side of the football, it seems to turn to gold. They've scored on 3 straight possessions. That lead continues to grow. And, I mean, if they can get points here, Charles, might almost be an insurmountable comeback for the other side.
I think you make a great case for that, so I'm going to flip it over to the other side. Could they make the big comeback? Certainly. Am I expecting it? Not at all. I think if we don't see a drastic change in how they're playing, this blowout's going to get bigger and bigger before the final gun.
Now a throw here, hauled in. His first catch, good for 9 and a first down. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. They'll keep it on the ground. Clifford, and he'll make it only to the 43, a gain of 2.
He did have the touchdown run earlier, but not a heck of a lot more than that throughout this game.
No, not at all. In fact, I would say that this defense has done as good of a job on him as they have on any runner in recent memory. And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1.
And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense, a little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them, but they did do a nice job there, forcing a loss on that play.
They're going to try and throw. And it's going to be batted down and will go the other way with the football. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Eagles are going to take over in great field position. They'll run on 1st down with Akers. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
I have a feeling they'll stay committed to running the football, especially on their early downs. They just haven't had a whole lot of success just yet.
Let's go now.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action.
Ready?
On 2nd and 11 now. Hurts. Open man is Goddard, the tight end. And they'll work this down inside the 30.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space. And it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5. Throwing again on 2nd down. Hurts. That's into the hands of Akers, complete. He's into the secondary. Touchdown! Cam Akers. His second TD of the game and 18th of the year. And the Eagles are able to make some inroads here to that deficit.
CD for them. This has just been an offensive explosion here in the second quarter.
Yeah, held scoreless in the first quarter. Now they find the end zone again here in the second. Sometimes you just have to have some patience. A lot of people think it's always an adjustment. You have to change what you're doing. Sometimes you just have to do your game plan just a little bit better. And I think that's part of what we're seeing here.
Point after here coming up. It's up and good, and it's now 28-14. A drive there of just 4 plays. The result, Philadelphia in the end zone. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This one fielded at the 5. And able to get this out to the 25. The Commanders back out late in this first half as they take over with exactly 1 minute to go here before intermission. Throwing to start the drive. McClendon. This will be caught by Brown. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. It'll be a gain of 10 to start the drive out, and by a few inches, that'll be a first down. Operating from the gun. McClendon. He's going deep for Brown. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Quality coverage that time. We slowed down what's been the main source of offense against them thus far. Got to find a way to slow down that ball in the air.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete.
I see a surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
Yes, percentage completion-wise, way up, not that time. They'll look to throw again. And he finds McLaurin. And he's got to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. 27 yards there on a very nice 3rd down conversion. That's what we're used to seeing from him right there. Plays like that, why he's number 4 in the league in terms of receiving yardage.
Able to make adjustments all along the way. Doesn't matter where he lines up, where he releases from. Working his way into the secondary. Figures out defenses and finds weak spots in order to get open.
And they're going to get this down inside the 20. And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts as it'll to play in the first half.
Here we go. Ready?
So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
So it looked like someone was very confident in his ability to fit that one in. I would say he was overconfident because there wasn't a whole lot of separation there. Had that one covered pretty well downfield and knocked it away.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Darian Kendrick. And the Eagles are going to take over at their own 13-yard line.
Absolutely a golden opportunity missed there to add to their lead and really cap off an impressive drive because they've got the advantage and plenty of time to add to it. But on the flip side, plenty of time for an opposing comeback as well. So when you have the chance to distance yourself not just so early, partner, you know you don't want to let it slip away.
No reason to do anything foolish as they'll snap it one more time on 1st down. So we've come upon halftime here in Week 17 as we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman and our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. We'll get back to you and Charles in a minute. But first, time to give the folks at home a look at what's going on around the NFL. will begin just up the road right here in Florida. An AFC South matchup between Tennessee and Jacksonville. And it's the Titans out in front in that one. Dak Prescott, 4 touchdown passes. We'll stay in the AFC South as we make the trip to Houston to check on the Texans at home at NRG Stadium. And at this point, they trail the visiting Atlanta Falcons. Desmond Ridder throwing the football well. He has 3 touchdown passes. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And they've got the lead in their ball game over the visiting Cleveland Browns. The Steelers trying to gut this one out, as it would be a good victory for them if they could get it. On now to a look at the next-gen stats in that first half for Washington. And there were a few factors as to why they built this good-size advantage, but the rushing numbers were not all that amazing. We'll see if they can pick it up in the second half. Meanwhile, for the Eagles, there's a look at what they were able to do throwing the football. And they'll need to get things in gear as they trail here at the break. Both these teams making their final halftime adjustments. We're just about ready to get back to football. So for the call of the second half, we get back up to Philadelphia and Brandon Gott.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always to you and the gang in Orlando as we welcome everyone back in for quarter number 3. The final 2 quarters of the NFL regular season are upon us as the second half of Week 17 is underway. And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20. Here come the Commanders for the first possession of the third quarter. As this offense takes the field to begin the opening drive of the second half, Charles, remember in that first half, good through the air and really all around an outstanding offensive performance.
Absolutely. They reached the end zone several times. The passing game working awfully well, and most importantly, partner,
yeah, they went into the tunnel with a lead. They come back out with that lead.
Absolutely. NFL coaches, we know they're perfectionists in a lot of ways, but they had to like what they saw in that first half.
Throwing to start the drive. McClendon. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. A good gain of 9 before he's brought down at the 28.
When you execute a drag or a crossing route really well and give them a chance to let it develop a little bit, you can gain some significant yardage hitting your tight end on that one.
On second down, Clifford, and they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down. They'll keep it on the ground. Clifford, and his rough afternoon continues. He's going nowhere again. No gain on the play. It'll be second down. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
And now a hook up downfield on second down. Touchdown, Washington. Boy, he has been fun to watch throwing the football this one. It's certainly not fun for that defense, though, Charles. Now up to 4 touchdown passes in this ball game.
Yeah, we're supposed to be neutral, but I'm feeling their pain right now because he has absolutely carved up this secondary. A clinic on how to attack a defense and take them out of the game.
Coup for the extra point. He's got it, and the lead stretches to 35-14. A 4-play drive spanning 80 yards. And it's finished off by a Terry McLaurin touchdown. Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. From From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. And he nearly broke that for more, but as it is, still a good return. They'll start the drive right around the 37. So here are the Eagles now as they get set for their first possession of the second half. Hurts and the Eagles come up here 1st and 10 at their own 37. They'll try and start this drive in the air. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
Ready, go.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Hurts. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. They'll set up a throw. That's out to the flat for Akers. And he is going to have an Eagles 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon. And it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a 1st down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going?
They'll throw on 1st down with Hurts, escaping the pressure right. And Hurts is intercepted, his 3rd of the game. Picked off by Benjamin St-Juste. And the Commanders are going to have great field position here as this is returned just shy of midfield. Well, still down quite a bit here, several scores, but yeah, at least that's a start, Charles, getting the interception here. And look, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so this thing not done yet.
You're right about that, Brandon. This defense, they haven't quit on this game. They stayed with it and got an interception and handed the ball back to their offense. And what you wonder about is the team that just threw that interception, they've got to be careful about developing a sense of complacency and thinking this game is over.
Out there set ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at 2nd down.
The way things have gone in this one, the running game's been something of an afterthought, and that's not been too bad for them, has it?
Yeah, the offensive returns have been good, but I guess we figured he in the ground game would be a bit more involved. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Brown. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. He has a 1st down, and that catch will also put him over 100 yards receiving now on the afternoon.
All ready.
They'll run on 1st down. Clifford. And a good-looking run there as he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18-yard line. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that 1st half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
Right back to him on 1st down. Down he goes at the 10 with a solid pickup of 8.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
And they go the wrong way on this one. Losing yardage back at the 12. 2 yards the loss, and now they go from 2nd and 2 to 3rd and 4. This offense has had a lot to like in this game. I don't know that last play, though, is going to make the highlight reel.
It's not going to make the highlight reel, but it will be the focus of the film session that the team has to sit through. I've sat through those before. Never any fun. You're always excited about your good plays, and they actually fast forward through those. All right, that was good. All right, great. They get to the bad ones and really illuminate them. Not cool.
They'll try and run for it. And he gets the 1st down yardage he needs before he's brought down at the 6. They only got a couple, but a couple's all that they needed as they convert on 4th. They'll run with Robinson, and he's brought down right at the 5-yard line. Give him 2 on the play.
now defensively, you have to look at this like the game's on the line. It's just the third quarter, but another touchdown given up here could really spell an end to their chances. So they need to toughen up and keep them out of the end zone.
Now we'll get a stoppage here as it appears we've got an Eagle slow to get up. But not what you want to see this late in the season. Medical staff is going to check on him, and we'll step aside for a moment. A chance to really put this game out of reach. Here's 3rd and goal. Looking to throw. McClendon. And this is going to be intercepted. And the Eagles are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20.
What a stand there defensively. They force the 3rd and goal, force them into what they think will be a passing situation, and then they make sure to lock up all the receivers and come away with the interception. Sounds simple, but that was really well done.
They'll begin on the ground with Akers. And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple.
Check, Panther. Hey, no.
They'll go again here with Akers. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29. Another modest gain there on that one, and I think, Charles, you can probably pin part of the deficit on a failure on their part to really get this ground game established.
Yeah, they've really struggled to be multidimensional in this one, haven't they, partner, because they have to be extremely one-dimensional now if they hope to get back into this game. They have to do it by throwing the football and hope to have success through the air.
14 yards that time and a 1st down on the keeper. I'll tell you, there is no antidote for speed, even at the quarterback position, as he keeps it himself and turns it into good yardage.
And it still takes time for a defender to react, even as quarterbacks carry the ball more and more in today's NFL. They're still a little bit in disbelief and realize, oh my goodness, he's running with the ball. He may be 8, 10, 12 yards downfield at that point.
A good run there on 1st down, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 2.
Let's go now.
A give up the middle to Akers. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. 46 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game.
First downs have not come easy, and neither have runs like this throughout this game.
Absolutely not. He finally felt like, whoa, a sigh of relief. We got something going in the running game. On 1st and 10, it's Hurts. He'll dump this off to Akers. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the 3rd quarter of action. We have played 3 quarters. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. And welcome back. We are in the city of brotherly love, Philadelphia. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4. Hurts throw taken in by Cooper here. And they're going to be set up now with the ball at the 13-yard line.
Well, I can put my defensive cap on right now, and I know they're saying don't give up any big plays now. They've controlled this game throughout, and all they want to do is see it through to the end. I think they let their guard down a little bit with that last completion. Sometimes when you're trying not to give up bigger plays, you don't react as fast as you should on other throws.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
That incompletion brings us one step closer to the end of this one. Maybe mercifully, partner. And let's face it, though, no surprise, they're still flinging it around. They have pride, too.
On 2nd down, there's the option going left. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. He'll get 2 on the keeper, but it becomes now a 3rd down. They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the 1st down. On On third down, he'll drop to throw. And he's going to be dropped. Back at the 15-yard line. Multiple defenders there to drop him for a loss of 4.
Guys with his talent in the pocket aren't supposed to be getting hit like this, and you know an intense conversation with the offensive line is going to occur after this one. It might not be from him, but the offensive line coach will have plenty to say about this game.
And this is caught. Touchdown. A.J. Brown with career touchdown number 75. And the Eagles have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. Extra point up and through. And the lead will be cut down to 14. So that one a long 11-play drive. And it's capped off by an A.J. Brown touchdown. Kick this one away, and off it goes. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. There's Terry McLaurin, such an exciting pass catcher as this offense comes out for their next drive.
This defense, they wouldn't mind not seeing him again for a while. 3 trips to the end zone. How about that?
I think right now, they would happily go to their general manager and say, is there any way you could get a trade for him? Bring him over to our team so we don't have to cover him anymore? Because he is really having a heck of a ball game, isn't he?
Boy, he is. I don't know that mid-game trade's going to happen, but good thought. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. They'll keep it on the ground. Clifford, only a couple there as he'll be brought down about the 28.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
He finds his man complete. That's Harrington.
And he's going to have a Commanders first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Partner, I like that they're staying aggressive on offense because to me, this drive is what is known as a put-away drive. You score here, that might put this one to bed. I like the fact that they're playing with confidence and not playing with fear.
On 1st and 10, McClendon throwing into traffic there, and that's complete.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down, stomped down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football.
Now we got whistles before the snap. Looked like one of the Commanders jumped. So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit.
An ideal spot here to get a first down and try to run some more clock, and this is 2nd and less than a yard. Now a handoff up the middle. Clifford, and he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49.
57 yards rushing for him now as he's toted it 21 times.
So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. Operating from the gun, McClendon. Firing quickly here, and that's complete.
And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
On 2nd down now, Clifford.
Oh, that one well designed as he'll take this down to the 30-yard line. It's a pickup of 12 and a Commander's first down.
How about this offensive line? They're really starting to establish themselves, take over this game.
And before the series began, I know exactly what we said in the defensive huddle. Guys, we got to get no less than a 3-and-out. Let's get off the field. Instead, they can't find any traction toward...
And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need.
And the Eagles are right back in this football game. That is the play they needed in a two-score game here in the fourth quarter.
No doubt about it. They did what they had to do to give themselves a chance to get back into the game. They turned it over to the offense. They are now in charge.
Now they need to execute. Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards. But correct me if I'm wrong. Yeah, you're down 2 scores. I don't think you need to rush just yet, but you can't take your time either.
Yeah, even if you don't want to commit to full 2-minute offense, you have to up the tempo, up the urgency. Maybe you're starting to call 2 plays in a huddle each time you snap the ball.
Throwing middle, and it's complete. And that'll be good for 8 yards to the 45. Hard to believe his first catch of the game defensively. They bottled him up. That's why they're well on their way to victory.
Put your best cover guy on him and then change the coverages behind him throughout the game. Brackets, double, zone, man, you name it. Make sure he gets a lot of angles.
Hurts. Throw right side, caught by Goddard, the tight end. And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 45-yard line. Give them 10 yards on that one, and that earns them a fresh set of downs.
Ready, go. Ready.
But first down, Hurts. He'll get this to Akers out of the backfield. Only able to gain a couple there, and that's going to bring up second down. You got the big lead defensively, willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
So it's Eagle football here as we get you reset. 8 yards to go on second down. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Being chased out left. And he wisely will throw that one away. And now time will be called here as Washington has an injured player down on the field. Always unfortunate to see an injury, especially this close to the end of the regular season. We'll step aside. And they'll need to get to the 35 if they want to keep this drive going on third down. Throwing is Hurts. And that will be incomplete.
Nice back-to-back plays defensively. They're stacking momentum now. One incompletion, 2 incompletion. They're going for more.
Ready, break.
They'll try and throw for it with Hurts. That's to his running back, complete. And he's not able to get away. He is stopped well short of a first down. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And Washington will have it on the turnover on downs. So with that, we can just about close the book on this one, Charles.
Yeah, what's the old expression about slim and none? Well, Slim just left town on that
They're
one.
down to none?
Yes, exactly right.
The Commanders preparing for their next possession. Now they are really in the driver's seat here, enjoying this lead late in the fourth quarter. The defense does have all 3 timeouts, but at this point, doesn't look like it's going to matter much. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. Now a second timeout called for by the defense. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. They'll keep it on the ground. Clifford. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. You'd have to think likely another running play coming here. 2nd and 11. Up the middle they go. Clifford. And down inside the 35 he goes to the 32-yard line. 95 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
On a 2nd and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and gain enough yardage to put themselves in a good spot on third down.
And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Ready! Reload!
Here we go on fourth down. And he'll be out of bounds, able to get it down to the 25 there. It's a gain of 6, and that ought to just about do it. So they get the conversion on fourth, and now from the 25, they operate with a 1st and 10. Now a handoff up the middle. Clifford down to the 22-yard line. So it's Washington getting the victory here. And they were really helped by their defense, forcing 3 turnovers.
I think what we